Welcome, good morning from the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. We are live 5 Play Friday. Ooh, it's Friday, baby. Excellent. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope your games have gone well this week. I've got girls' games on the agenda. I had a girls' game on Tuesday, girls' game tonight, 2 girls' games tomorrow. So here in California, we have a little bit different rules for girls. 30-second shot clock instead of 35. No 10-second backcourt count. All of the things. So let me just do this thing here. Let me post this up. Give me just a second. I'm going to say, yeah, let's post that. Okay, I did that. All right. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope we took the under. I mean, come on. Kamali Brown in the house. Yeah, so my tech team was very influential in preparation for the show today. I asked Oliver to review the flow of the show, etc., and this is what he came back with, right? This is what I'm dealing with here at 5 Play Friday in the morning. My tech team is helpful at times, but you gotta go with the crew that you got. So that's what I got. That's what I got. Jason Honey is in the house from Sioux Falls. Trail Ridge Senior Living. Sounds good. I think I've had enough coffee. I think we're good. Tampa is in the house. Mike Connors. Good to see you, Mike. Joe from Humboldt. Well, this is awesome news. Awesome. Thanks. I hope we've helped, Joe. I know we have. And varsity games are in your future. One of the things when you're a lower level official, below varsity, is assigners need to be aware of your game, what you've got going on, how you have improved as an official, etc. That process is not always smooth. It depends on your assigner, your association, all these variables. Just make sure that you get in front of, over the summer, if there's a camp, if there's a preseason event, etc., let the other officials know through your actions on the court what kind of official you have become. And, ask for more. Joe Rasa in the house. Good to see you, Joe. Patrick Weaver, noted Celtics fan. Oh, my Warriors are just... Ay. Jordan Britton. Oh, no. Send him a link to the live stream and say, come on, boss. Tom Hickey from Milwaukee. Coaching changes, Tom. Coaching changes. Oh, Tom, wait a minute. As I recall, I apologize for your Packers' defeat at the hands of the 49ers. We pulled that one out. The Packers did well. Brad Williams in the house. Good to see you. JV, varsity. That sounds like 3 games. That sounds like, to me, 2 games too many. Oh, go get it, Brad. Go get it. Oh, I see the problem. See this right here? That's on my tech team. They're probably snoozing away. Better. Tony in the house, how's the golf game midwinter? The Thumb checking in, awesome. We do have a relationship with the Thumb Officials Association. Billy Mack, great to see you, Billy. Good to see you. Kenan Fort. Okay. I forget. Kenan. I forget. Colorado? Don't leave me hanging. Mark in Chicago. Rona, Chicago. Here comes the contingent. Hey, Jared, good to see you. Hope your season is going well. Pennsylvania. That's right. I knew that. All right. I like the early starts if you can get there. I like it. All right. Jason, do the right thing for your crew and the game. Lincoln, Nebraska's in the house. Team Greg, good to see you. Ted. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Take a video, Mike. Take a video. Top of the morning, Leitner. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this time of season is, is really for many, uh, is it can be challenging physically, right, and mentally. That's one of the things about if you are, let's say, fully invested in all of the things in your game, clock awareness, shot clocks, really being aware of all the minutia. Mentally challenging. That's why those three game sets on a given night, and of course, the boys' varsity is going to be the last game probably. Is you've exhausted either you've exhausted that mental energy, or you have sort of cheated the earlier games by not giving it all of your mental energy. That's what I find, me personally. So that's a challenge, and then physically as well. This can be a challenge for those of a certain age. Heath King, good to see you from Oregon. Colorado Springs, Earl, good to see you. How is that a result of Title IX? No kidding. No kidding. And I got proof. Hey, Rod, in the chat. Good to see you. Lance Wilson from Phoenix. Scranton. Oftentimes, that's the number one thing in pregame. And if you don't cover it, the first spin move in the game is going to dictate how we're going to do it tonight. There's so much truth to that. Richard Smith in the house. Good to see you, Richard. Oh, Jared, good to see you. Thanks for joining on the live stream. Awesome. Yeah, I appreciated that last night. It really struck me that because we've been rainy here for a week or so and weren't yesterday. And so, yeah. Day's getting a little longer. Gregory Handy, Mike already came in at negative 40. Oof, Ron, hang in. All right. I assume we're saying that the obvious flagrant foul from last week's 5-Play Friday. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's awesome. Now, is the fact that it's a bloody mouth, can we factor that into our decision on rendering it a flagrant? Stephen Jones from Colorado Springs as well. Okay, if Rick's here, so we can get started. Awesome. All right. Okay, we've got plays. Okay. All right, so for live stream viewers, of course, we will see the first play. We will say, stick around to the end of the video, and then we will immediately go to the review of that play. So it's just it's a little way that we film the show for editing in the future. So yeah, we know those things. If you are new to the live stream, that just understand that it's a little bit awkward at the start, but that we get into the flow. Good to see you, Brett. Awesome. Just about to get started here. Yeah. Okay, and then I go there, and then I go there. Yeah, we got all the things worked out, despite Oliver's assistance. Ay. Hey, I'm looking at the calendar on the wall. It says it's Friday. What are we doing? We're looking at plays. Stick around. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to 5 Play Friday. My name's Greg Austin with The Better Official. We help craft video to help basketball officials get better and take control of their officiating career. Glad you could join us today. How are we going to get started? You know what we're going to do. We're going to have a You Make the Call play. What do you have on this play? All right, early in the period, we have some rebounding action. A foul is ruled. The officials rule this to be a shooting foul. What do you have on this play? Put your ruling down in the comments and stick around to the end of the video where we'll look at all of the things on play number 1. All right, let's move on quickly. Play number 2. Except for live stream. Go that. Video action. I think I want to go here. All right, so on this play, we're early in the period. We are not in the bonus. We have the second of 2 free throws. A player leaves the floor, displaced. Was this a foul on the defense? Was this a shooting foul? Did our crew handle things correctly here on this play? This is a great play, right? This is a shooting foul. That player was tapping the basketball. They were certainly vertical. The defensive player, in an effort to box out, displaces the player. This player should be on the line for 2. They are. We didn't communicate that at the spot. And what do we expect from our coach, our defensive coach in this situation? He sees, the offensive player go. Well, how would a coach phrase it? Over the back, right? When you walk under or back under, I like to call this play a back under play. This displacement occurs in this fashion. These players go up. That is a tap, attempt for goal. That airborne player is displaced. We are shooting 2. Could have been more clear as the calling official here because we were not in the bonus. But a great job of the crew communicating prior to the attempting of free throws to make sure that we get it right. This play was correctly ruled. Yeah, we like it. Hands up everywhere, right? We have to fight for these plays. We know this is the correct ruling on this play. Many people see the outside player coming over the top, over the back. That's what they see when they see this play. But as officials, we need to recognize that this player left the ground legally. Our inside player displaced them by contacting them while they were airborne. What does this lead to? It leads to a toppling over on top of the inside player, and that's what many people see on this play. But this play was properly ruled. Great get by our lead official. Yeah. So many positives on the play. This is how we want to handle these back under, walk under plays. And a great job by our calling official on this one. Yeah. That went pretty smoothly. No thanks to Oliver. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, Edward Harris, good to see you. Mike, that's open-ended, as it were. That is a foul, yes. Ron, correct. I have not run into that, Billy. I have not run into that. I don't like these uniforms, though. Of course, it's the video, as I mentioned in the Facebook group. These numbers are almost impossible to see, even though there is, yeah. I've gotten used to the black undershirts, you know. This is true. Oftentimes smaller players in an attempt, this is not really, we have a bigger player, boxing out a more athletic player on this play. But oftentimes you will see this action where our smaller player, and sometimes it's not intentional. They're just like, okay, I have to muster all of my energy to try to keep this big player off. And then the big player goes up and they keep applying that energy. And they, of course, are smaller, so the energy goes into the legs of our larger player. Very common scenario. They are. I just can't see it. I mean, the video quality, is a factor on that. But yeah. Platybore's in the house. Billy, when in Rome. Yeah. You got to know that in different parts of the country, they're going to do things differently, and different officials are going to do things differently. They're saving steps. They've had 5 games in 5 nights, Billy. They're saving steps. I would not consider this an intentional foul. This is, if we saw a player in some fashion intentionally take the legs out, like identify this player going airborne and then coming into them, maybe with more, yeah. This is simply they're looking to box out, and the player goes airborne. They lower their butt to box out, and the contact in the legs leads to this situation. right? Let's take a look. Right, you see how he's lowering his center of gravity, right? If the player was on the ground, all the things would, but this is a quick jumper, right? You often get this as well with a slow jumper and a quick jumper. The quick jumper is able to get up. You know, the inside player expected there to just be a body there that they would be, you know, displacing, boxing out, etc. So we like that. We like that. Great call. Good morning, Chris Janish. Good to see you. Yeah. I agree. That's the one missing link here is like shooting, because, you know, just alerting our crew, alerting the stakeholders in the game, giving the coach more grist. Wait, is it grist? Grist? I don't know. Mill? Grist? I agree. There is a dark outline, but it's awful. It's awful. All right. For live stream viewers, we are moving on. We are moving on from here to play number 2. I think I was here. Yeah. I'm going to go. All right, a super short clip, but it's great to see these plays in the wild. We read about it in the rules book. We don't always see it when it occurs. Of course, we're going to have a very flexible net in this situation, but we have the ball entering the basket from below. This is a violation. This is, in this case, no, there's no team control. In this case, it is by the opponent of the team. This would be a blue throw-in at one of the 4 throw-in spots, the one closest to the violation. How would we determine that if it went through the basket? But it's just great to see these plays on video so that we can, you know, put the rule with the actual action in the game. This, you know, if we're working this game, we may see this action. It's like, wait a minute, right? It may take a moment to process what has actually occurred on this play, but it is a violation on a team to cause the basketball to enter the basket from below. This would be a violation by white. It's inadvertent, but it happens. And it would be a blue throw-in on the end line. If we were in a shot clock state, this would be a reset of the shot clock. Yeah. Yes, it would. So, not something we see every day. Great to see it on video just so we can catalog it, put it in our memory bank for when it occurs in the game. Understand if it occurs in the game, there may be some processing time involved. We can always come late on this play. But yeah, it's good to see the play in the wild. All right, moving on. Next play. No, we're not doing that. Okay. Oh, Ross also from Sioux Falls. Jordan, it would take something more than just the basics of the boxing out scenario. Like if our player, if our inside player, recognizing they've got a player on their back, maybe, you know, because of the initial contact, you know, does some unnatural movement to like toss the player over their head or toss them aside, etc. Some extra, we may, but in general, no, we are not going to have an intentional foul in this situation. Yeah. Of course, coach's reaction to those plays is always just, he's just boxing out. I'm still not quite clear of the correct use of the word or what grist is. I don't even know. But my brain said grist. I think we need to know that, Thomas. Ooh, simultaneous violation. Yeah. Not only is it this, but I give you this for suggesting it. Well, what's the wording of the rule? It's not enter the basket, it's pass through the basket from below. So to pass through the basket from below, first of all, we're going to have a really flexible net in order for that to happen. Yeah. But I would say the ball must be above the ring. That's my judgment. I'm sticking to it. Well, I could check my rules book, but it's over there. Oh, you're right, Jared. I think it did. I think the ball did hit. Yeah, good point. I wasn't paying attention. No, it has to pass through. This is... Edward, we're going to have to use our imagination if we're going to, have a signal that communicates. Might involve this and a finger and yeah. Oh. If it was a simultaneous violation, right, in the game, like let's say we have a simultaneous out of bounds violation, two players both contact the basketball, causing it to go out of bounds, then what would we do? We would resume with an AP throw in. So I would say that would be the case here if it was simultaneous. Yeah, that's working high as the trail there, Sam. Good morning, Chip. Strike it with excellent. Thank you, Billy. And again, it's like, how often does this play happen, right? Once a season? Once every 5 seasons in your game, right? That's why it's great to just see the play and know, hey, I've seen that before. That's why I wanted to put this up. Nothing. Yeah, the ball just gets, goes up into the net, which I think in most scenarios it would, and then comes down. Correct. Good morning, official AD. Good morning, Phil from PA. Kenan from PA. See, I can be taught. I can be taught. Okay, let me think here. It's great to see plays that are very uncommon. But what I find common is the fact that we have tremendous show supporters who help fuel our broadcast. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hold on. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I see. What? Who? Come on, man. What's missing? Okay, we're going to have to do it later. Let's move on. Let's look at our next play. Okay, another play, just great to see it in the wild. You hear about these things, sometimes you see video of it, but we have a player who loses their shoe, picks up their shoe, is playing basketball holding their shoe, player goes to the basket, and the defensive player blocks the shot with their shoe. What do we have on this play? This is a player technical foul by rule. Yeah, I would say by rule. I don't know if we'd find it in the rule, but this would be a player technical in this situation. Our calling official does a great job of, like, we've had something unusual occur in the game. Let's slow down and communicate and figure out exactly what we have, how to proceed. Our crew gets together. They talk about it. They say, well, this is going to be a player technical foul. Yeah. Not something you see every day, right? In addition, on this play, we have some additional action here that's good to review, right? Black has a throw-in. Shot clock, 35 seconds, starts on the touch, or that's the way we do it here in California. This player in white grabs the basketball and throws it. That should be a reset. This should be white has a shot clock going. White has a shot clock going, right? And it was reset. That's fantastic. Many times you're not going to see that from your shot clock operator, but just be aware. Yeah. So, not a play we see every day. Great job by the crew processing, slowing down. Wait a minute. We've got something atypical. Here's what I have on the play. This is how we're going to adjudicate, etc. We're moving forward, and then identifying it as a player technical foul. So, great job on that play scenario. I'm there. Yeah. Well, feet are held to the fire. Let's just say that. Yes. Yeah, but then he gives you that look. What are you going to do? Like in It's a Wonderful Life, he's my Uncle Billy. Lovable. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That should be a thing. Thomas, tonight I am in Danville at Monte Vista High School for a girls' game at 7. League game. I haven't been to that school in quite a while. Why? Because I blocked the varsity boys coach. Ted says, should have been ruled a kick. What did I miss? I think that our offending player on this play was actually pretty proud of himself. He kind of gave off that that vibe. Did he hit him in the face? So you could say, well, all right, he blocked the shot. What if he didn't block the shot? I would still say it's technical foul to play with the play in that fashion with the shoe in the hand. Yeah. Michael, that's no excuse. Well, maybe it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Jordan, you are a smarty pants for a first-year official. I'm doubting. Would that be a correct statement? If we had player control by White and he threw it in the backcourt where it was recovered by White, would we have a backcourt violation? That is an excellent point, one that I had not considered. That would, of course, put yourself, you would have a lot of splaining to do, Lucy. Wait, were they the first to touch in the backcourt? That would be the question. Tough judgment. Who touched the ball first in the backcourt? That would be the determining factor. If White touched it first, it would be backcourt. Oh, let's take a look. Wait, I got it here. So White has team control. May have been deflected there. Close. I mean, if you wanted to fight for that and had the presence of mind. But good get. I had not even considered that on the play. Zooch, they did assess a technical foul. Where do we see it? We see it right here. I love it. I love the pace of slowing down. Our three officials got together in the same spot, but open to the players. But we processed it. Here's the ruling, right? And we come out with the ruling. We got a player technical, that player, right? We go, maybe clarify with the table. We could have gone to the reporting area, etc. And then are we going to have some splaining to do with the coach? Yeah, but that's the ruling, coach. That is the ruling. Did not perceive multiple fouls being assessed here. Yeah. Agreed. Boy, nobody in the gym would be expecting that as well. Uh-oh. Oh. That's good. No, Jason, we're going to have one penalty in this situation. And it would be a tactical foul, not a shooting foul in this situation. Of course, what are we doing? We're working at the gray areas of the rules book, right? So the tactical foul is for playing using the shoe in this fashion. That's a tactical foul. I don't think we're going to have, this is not something that, first of all, I don't see the foul itself on the shooter. Let's see. Did he actually contact the basketball with the shoe? Watch our guy in the corner. Watch this guy right here. He knows what's going on. Hold on. He knows what's going on. It's like, hey, you can't do that. All right, our cheerleaders as well. Everybody knows. Nice. Hey, you got to do what's right for you in this game. You got to do what's right for you. I think they start to do that. Wait a minute. The players are lining up before the technical foul is assessed, and then we see the players dispersing after the technical foul is ruled. I think I saw that as well. I think there have been 2 clips from collegiate games, Jared, that have sort of made the rounds this year. One where it was assessed a technical foul, and the other where it went unofficiated. Got to have high certainty to go backcourt. Got it. Okay. All right. That's possible. I would say, though, that in this instance, we're going to come out with 1 foul in this situation. Stan says, out of bounds on that great save? No, that was a great save. All right, cool. Hey. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. Hey, that play was Hey, thanks to Phil Dickett for that play scenario. It's great to see it in the wild again. If you want to submit a play to 5 Play Friday, I'll put a link here on the screen. It'll be in the show description. It will be in the first pinned comment. And yeah, it'll be up above. All right, let's move on. Next play.
Foul goes against number 30, Heel. At the APK service free throw line, Sydney Roberts. Missed the first one off the front.
Bo, next foul will be back in the bonus.
Yeah, that was their 4th.
All right, not something you see every day. We have misaligned players on a free throw. Our officiating crew does not recognize this scenario. We attempt a free throw with the players in the position. What is the proper ruling? Not something you see every day, right? If we've got players, simply the 2 players in the closest to the camera being in that position, and the ball becoming live, we have a simultaneous violation by rule in that situation. The free throw, therefore, has ended. Anytime that the shooting team is involved in a simultaneous violation, the free throw has ended. Either a shooting team, one of their players violates, or a simultaneous violation. So at this point, we should have a violation. It's not a delayed violation. This free throw attempt is over. This is the first of 2. Our lead official says, okay, wait a minute. I've got something to figure out here. Indicates a delayed violation, our center official comes in and says, hey, this is how we're going to rule on this play. That free throw has ended by rule. Great job there. But of course, this always brings up the scenario that when we have free throws, especially the first of 2 free throws, we can sometimes become a little disconnected from the play. We, as some like to say, take a little me time. We're taking a breath, becoming disconnected from officiating the game, not being as diligent as we can be. And yeah, that can happen. So we have official training that's available on free throw scenarios, all the rules and restrictions, and it does address the concept of me time, as we like to say. And I'll put a link here on the screen. It'll be down in the show description as well, where you can find that training for new and experienced basketball officials. I go there. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah. If we watch our center official at the start here, we're just disconnected. We're just looking at other things, right? Has this ever happened to me? Of course not. I mean, this is just being a human being, being a basketball official. Maybe the energy. I mean, this is a relatively competitive game. We're 4 minutes to go in the 4th period. This game should have our complete attention. But stuff happens. Stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. That's why there's rules. Yes, but so another thing that this addresses is we trust our players. We trust our players to do the de facto things in certain situations. If we have a throw in, we trust that the right player, a player from the right team is going to step out of bounds, right? We notice black 15 here is like our teammates try to come in. It's like, no, get out of here. Whoops. Okay, wait a minute. Ay. Yeah, we actually, David, had that in the first play, in the you make the call play, when we were administering the first free throw. A player was still stepping into a marked lane space when the ball was bounced to the thrower. No, Sam, it's easy to call a violation because that is the correct ruling in this scenario. In the end, always, the officials do everything they can to prevent in certain situations. We're counting players so we don't have 6 on the court. We're trying to make sure that we have this lower space filled, right? Let's say White didn't have the space filled. Hey, White, I need you down here. We're going to do all the things. But in the absence of doing those things, we have a scenario where players are misaligned and the ball has become live. We need to penalize. The players are responsible for being in that situation. We try to keep them out of trouble, but in the end, it's their fault. It's their fault. If it was the second, yes, because we would have a simultaneous violation, similar to if we had 2 players contact the ball, go up and pass through the basket. Me either. Shame on these officials. Excellent. Well, I'm glad I got the correct ruling. Okay. All right. Wrap the play. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What is the next play? All right. Let's move on. Let's look at our next play. Block charge? Let's take a look.
Smile with it over on the right wing. Comes off of a screen into the paint. In a little bit of trouble, kicks it over to Kowal. He'll jump all the way into the baseline, and another charge will be called on Kowal. It's that time. Who took that foul?
Rylan Satter
Okay, I was
took
going
the
to say,
charge.
it looks like he took the foul, and now he's.
All right. Block charge from center. Banger. What do you have on this play? In the end, I think our defender's legal, and there's some interesting aspects of how they get to legal in this situation. Let's take a look at all of the things. Right? So our center's on an island here. I think our lead official had been ball watching previously. Right? And the question, whenever we have a play scenario like this, is, okay, who is officiating whom? Is our center official officiating this player here? Or is our center official officiating this player here? Or is our center official officiating both players? Right? We have a block charge that occurs here. Who belongs to this defender here? That's always the case. But let's take a look at the play itself. Boy, that's a banger. That's a banger. So something about this play is our defender, right, we would expect them to take another step and not be legal in this situation, but they don't. Let's take a look here. We'd expect our defender to move that left foot, but they don't. They stop in this position. Our player is on the floor. Our player goes up. Did they continue to move? I don't think enough to make this a block. Hold on. They are here. Yeah. I'm buying it. I'm buying what the center official is selling on that one. It's close. It's close. But, of course, we can look at all the things in this scenario. Right? Our lead official is officiating off ball. Got a cutter coming through. Sees the drive coming down the lane. Stays with that. The lean probably could step a little wider. Of course, anybody who watched this show knows I'm not a fan of working as lead in a pinch position. We'd be much better to be wider here. But then when the ball goes, we have to make a decision right now, while the ball is in flight, what we're going to do as lead. Our lead stays put. Yeah, center takes it. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Close play. Close play. Yep. But in the end, yeah, I like it. What did I do wrong there? I did something wrong. No, it's not. If we have moved on, it's too late to call a violation on the previous. Yeah, I know. One gets the impression that there had been similar plays in the game. Michael, I want to apologize in advance for what's going to occur on Sunday. That's all. I'm, my heart goes out a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, it's the feet close together and staggered that is the interesting part. That he didn't, you almost always, the defender is going to take another step in that situation. So, Tony, I would support your decision, right? This is a banger. This is a 50-50. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of elements to the play. If we're using the strict, the T principle, is our defender, or is there slight like this, etc.? Did he get there before the player went airborne? Which he did. But yeah, it's close. Al, good to see you. John says only 1 foot down. Let's take a look at 1 foot down, shall we? Hey, come on, man. That's 2 feet. That's 2 feet. And he does not move that second foot. He took it with a staggered stance. Well, congratulations on the Lions to the Lions fans. I know, getting close to being in the playoffs is a significant achievement for some teams. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, more power to you, man. More power to you. You got to call your game. If this was ruled a block, the game is going to accept that. It's a banger. I like that, Brad. I like that thinking. But again, this is also a catalog play. Although, we need to know that this was ruled in this fashion. Where are we? We are in the third period, high scoring, relatively. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the time remaining is. Oh, yeah. It's the end of the third period. So obviously this, we've already had these plays in the game to help us determine. But if this is the first play of the game, I can see you. Okay. I don't agree with that. All right. 8:07. We're looking good. We're looking good. Okay. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here, yeah. Yes, I'm very aware, Mike. I'm very aware. Okay. What am I doing? I'm going... We did the... that was play number 5. Okay. All right, we have time for a bonus play. Who doesn't like an exciting finish? Let's take a look at a bonus play.
They had it at the first 2 overtimes.
8 seconds for Robinson. Robinson, first game back of the new year. Fader at the horn. It goes! Zay Robinson wins it for Valley. What a game!
I could say he's back.
Rogers will throw in. 0.5 on the clock. Rogers.
Costello.
Costello at the horn. It goes! Mason Costello wins it at the horn for Waukee in the greatest game I have ever seen! You are kidding me!
Holy cow!
A miracle has happened at the Waukee Fieldhouse! Mason Costello has etched his name in history!
But wait a minute, he didn't call bank. Does that count?
I do not believe what I have just
Holy.
seen!
All right, a thrilling finish. The announcers had called the game on the first basket right here. Game winner, not so much. Not so much, Greg, because the clock expires in this situation. But let's look at the habits and fundamentals of the crew. These are obviously the most essential moments of the game, and how we handle them is critical, right? In this scenario, all three officials recognize a timeout by White in this situation. And that's exactly, we need to be super aware of timeout requests, knowing that a timeout is available to the team, anticipating that they may make a timeout request after the scored goal. Somebody's going to get hurt, man. Come on now. We got kids jumping on the pile. We got players at the bottom. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, we love a good finish, but And then we have some things on the resulting throw-in and tremendous shot that gets off. Let's look at all of the things on this play. Okay. All right. First off, here we are. We understand the situation. We're under 6 seconds. 2 OTs, right? This is the end of the second overtime, right? That's our game. Everybody is looking at that shot. Everybody should have an opinion about whether the shot gets off. We weren't really close, etc. And then when the ball goes in the basket, center and trail recognize a timeout request by the coach. I think our lead official recognizes a timeout request by a player. It appears that occurs at 0.7. We end up with 0.5 on the clock. There's going to be a moment we look at the coach, we look at the clock, etc. We don't have the opportunity to go back and look at video and adjust the clock accordingly. They go with 0.5. We have a throw-in play that we need to be aware of. The shot appears to get off in time. The clock didn't start early, it didn't start late. It's certainly within the time frame. We can't judge for sure. We can't see the clock. The try is released. The ball goes in. Bedlam ensues. A great job by our crew in this situation. Now, let's look at, we're coming out of the timeout. We've granted the timeout. We've put time on the clock. And we have this throw-in scenario. What do we expect? If we're in double overtime, we got to figure both teams are in the bonus. Oftentimes, teams will attempt to run a play where they set a screener, white 30, in an attempt to get the player who's guarding the basketball to run them over and get a foul and then shoot 2 free throws. It's a desperation move. Oftentimes we'll see our screening player actually do something illegal themselves in an attempt to draw the foul. So we need to be aware of that in this situation. We have the very deliberate positioning by our center official, right? We're in great position, right? We just want to be aware. So we would expect this ball in this situation. They're not going to throw it to white 30. Right? That's not what we would expect. Would we? Let's take a look. Our trail official indicates that the player has the ability to run. Unsuccessfully trying to draw a foul there. Our player grabs 1 step, releases. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Who doesn't like a game that ends in this fashion? Well, in this instance, Black didn't like it. But a great way for our game to end. So, love it. Last second shot, super exciting. We love that in our game. But all of the habits and fundamentals by our crew here are really critical. We want to be super aware of timeout requests, try to get the clock as close as possible. Tenths of a second really matter in this situation. We want to anticipate on the resulting throw-in. We want to let it all play out, call the super obvious in end-of-game situations, and hopefully we can have exciting finishes as well and feel like we did all of the things. We were fully prepared each step along the way. Our crew does a great job here, and that is tremendous. And you know what else is tremendous? We've got a tremendous group of show supporters. Who's up on the show supporter big board today? For live stream viewers, I'm going to do that after the fact because my tech team has let me down. Yeah, I'm going to redo that. Yeah. Thanks for joining us today, staying to the end of the video. And for live stream viewers, this is just a tag at the end where you have more plays for live stream viewers. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Much appreciated. A great help to the channel would be if you like this video, gets us in front of more basketball officials so that we can all get better together. In addition, I've got the training available on free throw situations rather. That's over there. We've got additional video content. Have a great week. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. That was awkward. That was awkward. All right. Great play scenario. Great finishing. Wow. You know, I tried to put a timer on. You know, it's always going to see, and we don't know when the clock actually starts on the play scenario. But it's approximate. It's approximate. It's not like, oh my gosh, that was a second and a half. It can seem that way. Let's take a look. Yeah, I've got 0.5 up. This is me superimposing. It's close. Who's going to be able to say that it did not? Because we don't know when the clock actually started. We've got human beings involved who are going to have to press a button to say start the clock. Yeah. Yes. And great, but our crew has to be aware that that's a possibility, right? So what in this scenario, what are other possibilities we need to be aware of? White's going to send a player to step out of bounds and receive a pass and make it. That's a possibility. But in this 0.5 situation, need to go the length of the court. Very often we will see coaches try to run this run over the screener play. And we just have to be aware of it, right? And make the proper ruling on the play. It's either going to be incidental, it's going to be a team control foul, or it's going to be a defensive foul where the player is allowed to screen a moving opponent, gives them time and distance. Our defender just plows them over. Have to be aware of that. No way is that a travel. No way. Let's take a look. No way. Caitlin Clark or not? Lance, is that a typo? Adam's got your ruling there. I missed that, Edward. Grandpa. Oh, that would present an issue. If you're inbounding, it's like, is that potentially going to cause an issue? Oh, man. I missed that. Whew. Lance, I don't know. I think it's been that way for a long, long time. 1995. Woo! That one by Caitlin Clark from last year was, she went a long way. I'll tell you that much. All right. So let's see. For live stream viewers, what do we got? We got another play? Yeah. Bonus play.
And actually airballed. They match that bad shot, and that's going to be a trip there by Brown as he fell way too easily and then end up tripping up.
All right. A play, you know that one. It's going to just create a division amongst officials. Let's look at all of the things, right? Was this a charge, an offensive foul, player control for displacing a legal defender? Or was this a defender who sits down, falls down, exposing their legs, and our offensive player trips? Our crew on this play indicates a defensive foul. If I was on this play, I would have a defensive foul. So the rules state a player in a legal guarding position cannot be displaced. If they are displaced, it is a foul on the offensive player. Is this player displaced, or does this player anticipate contact, poise their body once the initial contact occurs, which may not be enough contact to displace them, then jackknifes their body back, right? That is what I have on this play. Just because a player is in this position, right? You see how the weight is leaning back when the contact occurs? This action by our offensive player, to me, does not cause this displacement. In fact, our defensive player stops playing defense and just embellishes the contact as having caused displacement. Now, if at the same time, there'll be other officials who say simply, this player was legal, there was contact, and that contact caused this defender to go to the floor, right? What you want to be, I know, I love one of the things about IAABO is they say one ruling, one interpretation, or one call, or whatever. Getting consensus among high school officials across the country is not a possibility, right? You're going to have officials officiate plays differently. What's really critical to me in the end is that you officiate plays as a crew consistently that night. That's all we can hope for. Can I hope to officiate the way that the crew officiated the game last night? The game you had last night, which I have no idea of? No, I can't. All we can do is officiate our game. Yeah. So I know this is just, it was posted on Facebook by Jeffrey Rutledge, and it's like 50-50 split. For some officials, it's really straightforward, right? The defender is in a legal guarding position. There is contact. The defender goes to the floor. Therefore, that contact must have caused that displacement, which is necessary for us to have an offensive foul here. Yeah. So I know we will have disagreement, let's say, on this play. Ron has a flop. I don't know that we have a flop necessarily, but we have a defender who they put themselves, I don't know how to articulate it, right? You see all their weight is back when they're anticipating the contact. They've put themselves, they put themselves in a position where any contact will cause them to fall over. And then, of course, they amplify that as well. Yeah. Billy's got player control. I like everything about the crew's activity here. It's just like I got nothing on the initial. I've got a trip on the defense here. Calling official at that point, they make a ruling. Got a double whistle. Center official, it's going away from the lead, but the lead had the call, right? Our crew moves well. Our center official moves in. We got players on the floor. We got switching officials. Everything there is really good. Really good. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's look at another bonus play. Yeah, Mike Goodwin. All right. So much goodness. All right, so we got Mike Goodwin's mellifluous beard, right, involved. We've got the North Pole, a school named North Pole. Come on, baby. It's Alaska. Love it. Love it. Right, so we have a frustration foul. Our calling official confers with both crew members. Make sure we make the ruling. We designate where the resulting throw-in will be. That's really critical in this situation. As well, of course, we know that the penalty for an intentional foul is 2 free throws in the ball to a team at the spot nearest the foul, and it's a front court throw-in, so it'll be one of the 4 spots. But there's just so much goodness involved with a North Pole team and Mike's beard and the visage. We love it. We love it. Okay, so a fun play, but emphasizes the fact that when we make a ruling for an intentional foul, right? You could say, I have intentional. Do you have something else? This is really in the calling official's lap, this play. Not easy for other partners to come in. There was an obvious shove involved. Do we go flagrant in that situation? No. We're going intentional foul for the frustration foul. 2 free throws to the offended player. Identify that player. Clear the lane. And then the resulting throw-in at the spot nearest the foul. All right. Let the North Pole jokes begin. Adam, you sent me that link and I have not. I download the videos, so I don't know. I've got to check it out. I appreciate you sending that. Yeah, this is a treat. This is a treat for all of us. Yeah, is there a conflict of interest, Mike Goodwin? Is there a conflict of interest? Can you officiate North Pole teams? Yeah, is our single also our offending player has a single tight? Is that legal? Awesome. Yes. Just to make sure our ducks are in a row. Let's see. Right. So our center, again, this really it'd be difficult for partners to come in. Now, if we just ruled a common foul in this situation, a little bit of off balance. Let's see. Were they bumped by blue? Right. So blue and white are jostling, as it were. Little trip, but intent on an intentional foul is not necessary. Joe, you got to figure that's going to change. That is going to change. The times they are changing. They're not changing up in Alaska. I'll tell you that much. Tremendous. I appreciate the good times in the chat on that one. Appreciate Mike Goodwin for submitting the play. A lot of times when officials see video of Mike Goodwin officiating games, it's like, whoa, their mind is blown. But that is prodigious and mellifluous. That's the word, right? Mellifluous? That beard? Yeah. The flow is going on. All right. It is game. The game has ended. Time has expired. No timeouts were requested before the expiration of time. We are going to wrap it up. I hope that everyone has great games this evening. Keep it safe and fair. And do me a favor, ref. Would you call it both ways? Sheesh. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Until next week, take care.